gentlemen, the play's The Thing, starring Judy Sleed. And now, here's Judy.
Oh, that was wonderful. Hello, everybody. And I am Judy Sleed, and today I have Mick Benderoth with me, who is a screenwriter and a magician for children. So, hello, Mick.
Hello, it's wonderful to be here with you. It was a pleasure meeting you when at Guildhall when I was casting for one of the readings that they do at Naked Stage, and that's when we met.
Yes, that's when we met, and then I saw you at the fundraiser for...
was it for Joe?
Joe, yes.
Right, for Joe.
And at... when you did a wonderful thing for the children.
Right, I did a magic show for
and
Randy
that was
Lee.
so
Randy
cute.
Lee Henley put that together.
The children enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
even the adults.
Yeah, it's great fun for me. I love doing the magic because, as you said, I'm a screenwriter, and the pressure sometimes is so, great from talking to producers in Los Angeles and so forth, that I always needed something to take the pressure off that I enjoyed. And I always loved children, and I taught school when I first got out of college. And one year my grandson said, "Would you do a magic show for my birthday party?" This was about 10 years ago. And I said, sure. I got all my old stuff from the attic. And then little by little, I was doing all of these magic shows, and one thing led to another. And now I'm advertising in the Star and in the Southampton Press, and I do the day camps out here. And my producers wonder where the pages are. They say, "How come the pages are late?" And I don't dare tell them that I was doing a magic show for some kids. But it really does. The kids can cool you out. They're the generation for tomorrow, and it's wonderful working with them.
Yes, I love to work with children myself, and I've done, at that same time when you did the magic show, I had 2 of my children's books acted out.
I saw the one on crayons, and I
Yes.
thought it was just fabulous. What's the name of that? What was the title of that one?
The Fight of the Crayon.
The Fight of the Crayons. It's a beautiful, beautiful story, and you should get that thing published because it's well worth.
Yes, it's been done as a play several times in different schools, and I just don't have the talent of selling anything.
Well, it's the but it's not so much. It's a lot of it is luck. A lot of it is timing, but if you keep it out there in front, and also as a play for children, it's very good. You should probably submit it to the Dramatist Play Service, because they do have a lot of children's plays that they will print, and because that kind of stuff as a play for children in elementary school to do is very much in demand. So you might want to go to the Dramatist Play Service. I'll talk to you later because I know a couple of guys over there.
Well, I would like to talk to you about what you did in, you mentioned you were in Hollywood.
Yeah, I always was putzing around with filmmaking as a kid, and I won a couple of film festivals in Maryland, where I was from, and I decided to go up to New York to break into the film industry, and I became a gopher, going for gopher coffee, and then I was a production assistant, and I could edit films. So I went to the editing houses that edited commercials, and I started there as what they call a can carrier, which is the boy who takes the cans of film to the lab and brings it back.
Well, I just want to say it's just like in the newspaper business.
Exactly
you started as a copy boy before
Exactly
you go up the ladder.
Exactly right. And not only do you do that, you get coffee. You do anything else I tell you. Shine my shoes.
Right.
And I, saw the advantage at certain times, and I saw an editor I was working with was out of town, and he had forgotten to cut together a certain commercial, and the boss came in and said to me, "Mick, show the commercial to this guy. He's going to be here in 15 minutes." And I said, "Hi, the commercials aren't cut. Sam hasn't cut them." He says, "What? The guy's going to be here in 15 minutes." And I said, "Do you want me to cut him?" He said, "How?" I said, "Just stall him for about 20 minutes, And I cut the commercials. The guy came in, he liked it, and that's how I began to move up into the field after a year or so.
You can never say you cannot do anything.
No, you have to
I heard that from several actresses, like I think it was Helen Hayes who said that when she was very, very young. A part called for her to play the piano, and she didn't know how.
Right.
And she just went and she did it.
That's
You
exactly
have to
right. I mean, no is something you never want to say in show business, because no is the fastest way out the back door. But if somebody says to you, "Can you swing on a vine across the tree?" Well, good. That's the new Tarzan. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. So then I went out. Then I wrote. I edited for a while, and I always wrote screenplays. Everybody has a dream of making a movie, so everybody writes their own screenplays. You have one that you have over here that you just were talking to me about.
Yes, and I would like you to, I'm giving it to you so you could read it.
I'd love to read it. Oh, Gregory, great.
Yeah,
I'd love to read this.
I had
this is
that.
Great. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Pleasure
it's
to
my
read it.
pleasure. And
Put it back here
we
so I
had
don't forget it.
a reading recently in Guildhall, and we had my first reading here at LTV. And when my guests come, and if they were in that play, I always instruct them and tell them, mention that you were in that play.
Right.
As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, I went to see him in New York City, Patrick Cristiano. He did The Owl and a Pussycat in New York, so I went there and I got a playbill, and I said to him, "Well, how come you didn't say you were in Old Gregory?"
Uh-oh. Yeah, you've got to mention everybody who's helped you. Those little steps up to, up
yes.
to...
So you said you have had written screenplays.
I did. Well, I wrote
Did you ever try to put it into the theater?
Well, I never did until recently. That's what I'm sort of trying now. I went out to Hollywood with a friend of mine, had connections with a film producer called Roger Corman, who made B movies and was moving into television. And he called me and says, "Hey, Mick, do you have a story?" And I said, "How about two sisters who were bootleggers called the Georgia Peaches?" This is true. And he called me back later and he says, "Yeah, they like it. Can you come out here next week and pitch it?" I've never been in California in my life. I flew out. This friend of mine and I formed a partnership. I pitched it to Corman. He said, "Yes, it's very good." I gave 3 pages. They set up a meeting at CBS. CBS said, "Yes, write the script." This guy and I wrote the script, and they made the movie. It was a TV movie. So I was very lucky, and I stayed out in California for a while, and then I met Arnold Pearl and his wife Nancy Pearl. Arnold had written Tevye and His Daughters that later became Fiddler on the Roof, which is now playing with Harvey Fierstein. And I did a documentary for him that was based on Malcolm X's life, the famous black leader. And we were nominated for an Academy Award, and that was 1972. And then in 1992, Spike Lee bought the documentary and Arnold's script and made his feature with Denzel Washington. So, you know, you never know when things are going to happen, how that serendipity is going to come around. So, and just last week, Spike released his director's cut on a DVD of the Denzel Washington Malcolm X, and very kindly he put our whole documentary, he included it in the package as an extra, and that was very, very sweet of him. Very sweet of him.
Yes, you mentioned Roger Corman. Is he related to Cliff Corman?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Roger Corman made monster movies and car racing, teenage movies.
No, I
years
knew
and years ago. Exploitation
Cliff
films,
Corman.
I think they call
He was a young man at the time. I used to belong to a theater company in Belmore, and he was one of the players there.
Right.
I just remember his name, Cliff Corman.
Right. Well, the thing you have to do is, as with your screenplay and the crayon play, is you just got to keep at it. It's like beating your head against the wall. The one thing people don't know about show business, it looks so glamorous. It's really hard work and tenacity of just putting your face out there, just keeping your face in there.
Yeah, I think that's my part. I didn't press on. I just said, here it is, and then I said no. I said, okay, goodbye.
And as I told you, I mostly was in the motion picture and film business. When I came back to East Hampton, because my wife and I have a house out here, I said, I had 2 or 3 screenplays, and I had a screenplay of Arnold's, not a screenplay, a play of Arnold's, which was The World of Sholem Aleichem, which was done in 1982 on Broadway with Jack Guilford. And I wanted to put that into Naked Stage with Josh Gladstone and Josh Pearl, and we did a reading of it, and I feel like it was a sea change for me, because I now feel the theater is a very friendly environment. You get immediate gratification, so I have rewritten several screenplays that I have as plays, and I'll see if I can't get readings of those, and I enjoy the theater community, especially at Guildhall. They're so wonderful, such swell people.
I was just going to say that Guildhall and this Naked Stage.
Those guys.
Wonderful. Well, they call it a naked stage because it's just a reading, and
That's
the
right.
stage is naked.
Right.
Not that the people are
That's
naked.
right. The people aren't naked.
Although we kid
But somebody
around
might
all the
bring
time.
in read a play about naked people on the naked stage. But both Josh Gladstone and Josh Pearl really have to do a good job.
I had Josh in my play, not this one, but another one, and he's just so wonderful. And he did the reading for the crayon.
Right,
and
I saw that.
Anything he does, he is
was
so
the lead.
marvelous.
He was the lead in The World of Sholem Aleichem. He played Mendela and Aaron, and he is, and his wife Kate is also a wonderful actress.
Kate also is very talented.
But,
and I just want to say something about Fiddler on the Roof. When it was on Broadway, I lived next to the person who did the setting, the furniture, the set. What do you call it? The stage.
The stage.
The
set.
The sets. Thank you. The sets. That was when I lived in Baldwin, and next door to us it was Fred Feller. It was Feller Productions.
Right.
He did the sets for that.
Right.
So we saw that play many times.
Oh, it was wonderful. It started out with 0, and now they're saying that Harvey, who brought new life to the play since he's been in it, and they're comparing him with 0, which is good. And he's going to stay in through August, in Fiddler through August. So go to see him. I wanted to show you. I wanted to do 2 things. I promised to read your fortune, but I wanted to show you a quick little magic trick.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you're going to do that, because I forgot.
I brought something to drink, and I have a Coke bottle. Everybody knows Coke. It's the most
maybe
famous.
We should remove this flower.
Sure. It's the most famous international drink that there is, and Coca-Cola has such name recognition. I like to use it in my act. And this trick, basically, kids love because it's a vanishing Coke. I put it into this bag, like so, and I say the magic words, abracadabra, whatever, which is what I use, abracadabra, whatever, fits every situation. And then I reach into the bag, and the Coke has disappeared. Oh, wait a second.
Wow.
I meant that the Coke, that the bottle of Coke was going to disappear. Wait a second. Let me put this back in here again and see if I can reverse it. Abracadabra, whatever. And, oh, I can feel it. It's getting heavier now. Oh, yeah, it's filled back up again. And what I want to do is put it in, and I want the whole Coke bottle to disappear. Let me try it again. Abracadabra. And, oh, it did. The whole Coke bottle. See? Oh, no. It's just the Coke disappears. You know, this is getting so embarrassing. I'm just going to get rid of the whole thing and forget about the whole trick, because it just got too complicated for me.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. I always wonder how magicians do their tricks.
They use magic.
Well, yes, I guess so. Magic.
They use magic.
It is fabulous. I could never do that. Never.
Well, it's... I look at it as a vehicle. I consider myself really a child's entertainer. I love children, and you are too. You're the same.
Yes.
We entertain children. We look at the vehicle. I use magic. You use storytelling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But the basic thing is communicating with kids so that they understand you. Because one of the things I used to remember when I taught school was when they taught teachers how to teach, they taught them subject, but they never taught them how to communicate with kids.
Exactly. I'm so happy you said that, because I teach some children, I teach piano, and everybody, I don't put an ad in a paper, I'm just being recommended because I understand children. Because I'm not a great pianist, but I'm a wonderful teacher. And the children learn. Because I was just thinking, why are all these teachers in school, like you said, they teach them the subject, but not, the intent is to teach. I want to know, I want this child to learn.
Absolutely.
And it's for anybody. When you want to teach somebody, the intent is to teach. So if you do something that will discourage or aggravate the person or the child, they're not going to learn.
They're not going to learn. And if you, that's exactly it. You have to make the environment a sanctuary for them so that they feel comfortable enough. And it's very difficult because you have adults and you have kids. There's a natural sort of antagonism between the young and the old anyway, and you have to learn how to get rid of that so that the kids, so that you're talking on their level and they're understanding what you're saying. I always have this, what I call a one knee rule, which is I actually, when I'm teaching kids or doing magic for kids, I actually go down on one knee so that we're eye to eye.
Oh, eye to eye.
And if you're eye to eye with a child and you do not break eye contact, then they are yours forever, because they say, you're paying attention to me, and so few adults ever pay attention to me. You can never break that eye contact because you'll lose them instantly. But as long as you maintain that and are talking about them, you have them forever. They'll say, this person is paying attention to me. And it really helps if you build that into a trust that you can teach kids very much that way. And kids are the future, and teaching them theater, teaching them literature, whatever, is very important, and they have to get the knowledge from us folks who've been around for a while, but they have to trust us and want to learn from us.
So I just would like to know what Guildhall is doing, this naked stage where you could just bring your play in and read it, whether it's an original or well done. What do you think that other theaters should do that here?
I think it would be great, because I think reading plays is the only way that a playwright can learn, hearing his or her material read back to them, because writing is a lonely business, as you know.
Yes.
And film writing is very lonely because you never ever get the chance to hear it read back to you. You need $60 million for some, they don't have readings for screenplays. But a place like Naked Stage or any other places, I suppose Bay Street does it, but I would think that every church and synagogue around has a basement or a place where somebody could say, let's have a reading here. There's so many actors out in this area who are very willing to give a young playwright a hand, or an old playwright in my case, and to just get down there and read the work and get the work going, because that's how the work grows. So it'll be wonderful. I think the Naked Stage is a great situation that they've set up, and if we could get many more reading situations for plays out here, it would be great.
I think it's Josh Gladstone and
Josh Pearl. Yeah.
But it's wonderful from Ruth Applehoff, who's the director of the whole Guildhall.
She runs Guildhall.
That she's allowing there.
Josh is the artistic director. Josh Gladstone is the artistic director of Guildhall, and she runs the whole thing and spends a lot of her time with the exhibits in the museums and so forth. So they're sort of like the 1-2 punch, she and Josh.
Yeah, Ruth is going to be on my show. She was supposed to be on next week, but she called that she couldn't make it. So perhaps 2 weeks from then, we'll try again.
That's good.
Yeah, and Josh was here, and so was Kate, among other people. Yes. So you were going to read my fortune?
I was going to read your fortune.
Because I'd like to know
Yes.
what my future is.
Okay. While you're thinking of the questions you want to ask me, I'll just set up a little ambiance, as they say.
Oh my goodness, that's
always,
wonderful.
always need
ambiance. I always wanted to know.
I always wanted to know what it
happen.
was, but then I learned ambiance. I thought an ambiance was one of those trucks you drove to the hospital, but that turned out to be an ambulance or something. So now I know what ambiance is.
Yes.
But we need a candle, because a candle helps us to concentrate. And we also need for you to have a pencil. And I like these pencils that are made of natural wood. I'm going to hand that to you because they're not contaminated.
Did you make this?
Actually, I did. I made it myself and use my magic powers. I can use it as a magic wand. And this is a pad that I want you to hold on to for a second.
Okay.
And in this pocket, I have, and I'll put this over here, I have two things. But the most important thing is this piece of parchment that has numbers on both sides of it. 4,000 years ago, a Chinese emperor saw a tortoise, a huge turtle, walking around in his garden. And if you look at the back of a turtle, it looks like it has a tic-tac-toe designs on it.
Right.
And he thought that it was Chinese writing, because if you look at it, it looks like Chinese writing. And he interpreted it into a numerology system where these are the numbers that he uses to tell one's fortune. Now, the first thing you have to do is, because one side, the numbers are the same on both, but one side is red and one side is black. So you have to decide, first of all, which side do you want, the red side or the black side?
The red.
The red. Now, you chose well, and I know you would chose red, and it's not just because of your beautiful red hair either. Because red basically is an adventurous person. Right here in the numerological area, the book, I write these notes down, is that the red side is a happy, fun-loving, caring person. So already we know that about you. How are we doing?
5 minutes.
Oh, so very good. So what I want you to do is pick a diagonal, or either this way or this way. Pick one.
Pick, let me see.
Yeah,
what's
either
that
diagonally or
number?
this direction.
Okay, I want the middle.
The middle.
row.
Okay, put down 5, 15, and 52.
5,
15,
and
52. Now add those together.
72.
Okay, 72. Now the number 7, since you chose a horizontal row, the horizontal rows right here, I don't have to tell you, level-headed intellectual. Level-headed intellectual. And the numbers you have there, 7 and 2, 7 basically is a person with great creative ability. And number 2 tells you it's a time to take and look at both sides of a situation that may be coming to you and use your intelligence and your ability to make use of your artistic desires. Now, it could be the crayon book. It could be the play that you just handed me, the serendipity that happened there. And these are the things that the numbers tell us because they bring this together. They have told us who you are, your creativity, and now you can blow out the candle and your fortune will come true. Just, there you go.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So
This
now
is
maybe
very-
you'll have all the luck in the world with your crayon book.
Yes.
That's what I predict. Mystic Mickey has spoken. I think there's a poster. You guys had a poster back there or something. Did they show that yet? Yeah, this is me.
Oh.
And that's my telephone number. I do kids' parties. And it's been a pleasure being here with you, darling.
Well, darling.
I'm using the Hollywood, darling.
I know. You know that song, You Call Everybody Darling?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But then at the end it says, if you do that, then nobody will call you darling anymore.
That's right. That's right. That's why it's sort of used as a joke now, I think, calling people darling. You know what I mean?
I know, Darling. You remember?
Darling, that kind of
Who
Hollywood.
used to say Darling? You remember?
Sounds like Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Yes, Zsa Zsa Gabor. Yes, and I started writing a play about them, but
The sisters?
the whole family.
Yeah.
I started writing a play, and it was really going well, and I just stopped. Lately, I just stopped writing new stuff.
You got to stick with it, or else put something in a drawer, let it sit for a while. It's like cheese. It ages, and you'll take it out again, and it either smells bad, like bad cheese, or it smells good, and you'll write some more.
I am so happy that you remembered to come and be my guest.
Darling, what can I tell you?
It's been great talking to you. You are delightful, and you do magic tricks, and you tell fortunes, and you're many-talented. Multi-talented is the word. And maybe you
And I've made you as a friend, so a good friendship came out of this as well.
Yes, it is. And maybe you'll come back sometime and see us again with new tricks.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll have a play, or we'll write a play together or something.
Okay.
It'd be great, because it would be fun to do that.
Yes.
It's good.
Okay. Well, thank you again, and goodbye, everybody. And don't forget to watch us on Tuesdays, Mondays, and Thursdays. It's called The Play's the Thing, and this was Mick Benderoth, which we forgot to mention in between, like we planned. We got so involved in what we were doing. And come back and see us, Channel 20.